Started. And let's go. All right. Good afternoon, everybody. These are the zoning citation hearings for September 17th, 2025. We have 9 items on the agenda. And we have Attorney Oberst here, so if he's ready, we can start proceedings.
Good afternoon, I'm Attorney Gary Oberst. I'm the hearing officer today. You've been cited for violating Norwalk zoning regulations. To my right is John Hayducky, representing the city of Norwalk. He's the deputy zoning inspector. And that's all I see from Norwalk. When I call you matter, you can take a seat at the table. If you are interested in the matter but not a party, you can also come to the table because you will be heard. You can also be heard by Zoom or whatever we're using, by telephone. We'll hear you any way you can get to us. The procedure is the city presents its findings and you have an opportunity to be heard. Then I'll hear any interested party. And then we'll try and reach this resolution that satisfies everyone. And if we can, I'll make a decision that may or may not satisfy anyone. If you have any questions, bring them to my attention when I call you matter. Are any parties represented by counsel? I see.
Yep, we have 2 actually today.
Right, the first matter is
85 Gregory Boulevard.
85. Okay,
And Attorney Barbula is here.
okay.
And let me get the screen share going. Let me know when you're ready there.
Oh, you're a trustee, okay.
Yes, Mr. Oberst, sorry.
Okay. All right, I'm ready.
All righty, so the last time we were here was on August 20th. And we continue the matter to today. The matters at hand are storage of a commercial vehicle, a large dump truck, storage of a boat trailer, and parking within the front setback or front yard. And at the last hearing, the continuance was granted to allow zoning staff to monitor the property as to make sure that there's compliance between that and now. So we made the planning zoning staff made several inspections. And so I'll try and go very briefly each one.
Just give me a chance to.
Sure.
This isn't. Okay, so now we're up to August.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
So August 25th was our first follow-up. The trailer in question was still in the driveway. However, there was no commercial vehicle and there was no parking in the front yard. We returned on September 3rd and there was no trailer in the driveway. And again, no commercial vehicle, no parking in the front setback. Subsequent inspections on September 8th, 10th, 15th, and 16th. All showed no trailer, no dump truck or commercial vehicle, and no parking in the front setback. I do have on the screen here, I do have some pictures just to show, to verify some of those inspections. This was the one there on August 25th, and a zoom in version of that picture right here. Oh, sorry, this was the zoom in. Sorry, my fault, everybody. So that was the trailer in the driveway. But again, no large commercial vehicle, no parking in the front yard.
When is this picture?
So this is the house. This is a trailer.
No, when was it taken?
Oh, the 25th of August.
Oh, yeah, got that. Okay, clear. That was still there. Now it's gone.
Now we are gone. I'll scroll through right quickly here to the 3rd, September 3rd, and voila, no trailer or empty.
Okay.
And last but not least, just for finality, this was on the 15th, just a couple days ago, and extremely similar conditions to the inspection on the 3rd. So, this property has been around a while with some issues, but as you can see, there is compliance currently. So it is up to the hearing officer to, who chooses to either resolve the matter completely. Uh, we could, remove it from the hearing agenda, keep the file open, and we can monitor or wait for follow-up complaints. Or if he chooses, you can keep it on the agenda and we'll keep monitoring it to ensure compliance. And lastly, it is also up to you if you wanted to, if you chose to issue a fine.
Attorney Beverly, want to be heard?
I I don't think we're gonna be back with these violations. The one violation that was cited after our last hearing, he needed some assistance to get that trailer out of there. And he got it out of there as quickly as he could. I'm not the person who lives there. The person who lives there is a beneficiary of the trust. I don't think you're gonna see us back. So I would ask that it be dismissed. If it can't be dismissed, the city can continue to monitor it, and if they see a violation, they'll bring it to my attention and I will address it appropriately.
Anybody else want to be heard on this?
Well, let me see here. Anybody in the Zoom participant room wish to comment on 85 Gregory Boulevard? Please raise your hand and I will let you into the hearing. Going once, going twice. Sold.
Right, I think we can just remove it from the process. Anything shows up, we'll know about it.
Right. So if we remove this from the process, we'll have to send a new citation.
I understand.
Would you want to, or you be closing the file totally, or would you want to keep it open?
I don't see what we're keeping it open for.
That's fair with me.
Okay, we'll just close it. And, I will remember it. We'll come back, you'll want to say. Okay, let me just get my. Violation is cured, file closed.
No response. Thank you. Maybe three of the file, I have to find that.
Thank you, Mr. Roberts.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hideki.
You got it, Counselor. Take
We'll
care.
talk again on other things.
Absolutely. Okay, next one we have with the council representation is 145 Water Street. I'll get that for you there, while I'll get my act together over here. There we go. Oh. There we go. Oh, so good to see you.
Good to see you.
Ready? Okay. Yes, first thing. Okay. Whenever you're ready, Counselor.
Okay,
Very good. All right, so, the last time, we were here was,
Introduce,
oh, go ahead. Go ahead, you go ahead.
introduce yourself.
Sure. Chris Russo with Russo and Rizzo LLC here on behalf of, the property owner Elco Development LLC.
The attorney,
Yes.
couldn't tell by the way you dress.
Sorry, I didn't have a chance to get that. Yes, I know. I appreciate it.
This way with the attorney. Go ahead.
Right, fair enough. So last time we were here, was in, June 18th. And council, requested a continuance, to, get a better handle on the violation at hand and the best way to proceed. So on June 30th, the fire marshal, gave me a courtesy follow-up, saying that they did not have much substantial progress in the fire code requirements. That's what started all this, is the fire marshal had some issues with the lower level of the building, things like sprinklers and a few alarms and things like that. And also there's a question of whether there's permits for a tenant that was existing on the second floor. There's two tenants on the second floor. We definitely have permits for one. And the other one was a little questionable as to whether they had permits. They were granted years past, and then a new tenant, same use, went in. So, long story short, the owner at first seemed to want to basically redevelop the property for commercial purposes, for the tenants that were in there and new potential commercial tenants. However, there may be, and council can clarify, kind of a pivot to do residential there, which may maximize the potential use of the property more than what's there. The key things to remember, though, that I feel I have to bring up is, we do have renovations that were done to the building without permits. We do have a tenant that we can say does not have permits. So at the end of the day, the biggest thing about this property lies entirely within a FEMA flood zone. So those things do need to be addressed because FEMA has a substantial improvement calculation. When you do improvements to a structure within a flood zone, once you hit a certain calculation, that building must be brought to flood compliance. And these renovations, because they don't have permits, we don't have a tracking number on there. So it could be, if we did get those permits and the cost of renovations for those tenants, or even just the renovations, if that breaks FEMA's threshold, the entire building needs to be brought into compliance with FEMA. And that could be a very, let's say, arduous thing to do.
Right.
So that's what we need to keep, that I want to keep in mind here, is that while the owner may have an idea or ideas of how he wants to proceed, we still have a building there that likely is not in flood compliance with FEMA. And we also have tenants that may not be permitted, renovations that were not permitted. And also, and it's not really zoning, but from a life safety perspective, we still have some issues with the fire marshal's office for whatever's in there now. So, that's why I am asking for, it would be appropriate to ask for a continuance, because there is a lot involved. If regardless, even whether the redevelopment goes through residential, something a little more substantial, zoning commission approval would be needed.
What violations are we facing right here?
We're a tenant and renovation without permits. And potential, because we don't have those numbers. Yes, there are tenants in the building, correct. Correct.
Go on.
And then also, as a side to that, because we don't have those permits, I am gonna go with just, because I've been in the building, I've seen the renovations. I am making the assertion that we're probably not in flood compliance. FEMA flood compliance.
Do we have a safety violation besides the permits? I mean, is there,
Well,
these tenants are,
the fire, there are, and I guess council could expand on this, but
Yeah.
there are tenants in there in a building where the fire marshal has not given a final blessing on the entire
But
property.
I'm only concerned with zoning.
Right, there are tenants in there without full approval, correct?
Is there a safety issue? So my only question,
Well-
from our point of view, fire marshal can handle his.
Well, zoning generally doesn't do safety,
Right.
except for FEMA, except for
Alright, so
FEMA
that's-
stuff.
Chelsea.
Yes, thank you, Attorney Overs. I got retained in June and been working with the client on, two fronts. The first being the tenants and the second being this issue of, flood compliance. To address the tenant issue first, so one of the tenants was, Manus Health. They occupied about 3,000 square
Mhm.
feet. They have since vacated. So they're vacated out and they were from a square footage perspective. You know, there is an artist, that is still there. She occupies a much smaller area, 800 square feet, approximately 800 square feet. So we're still working with her, but in advising my client said, you know, the 3,000 square feet, that was, you know, if I'm prioritizing that was
Sure.
them more. So they vacated, and I'm happy to work with staff to, you know, make sure, you know, verify that and everything. The second kind of front was, and this is what I had a lot of conversations with John about, is this issue with if there is a substantial improvement, it would require extensive work, including possibly raising
Oh, yeah.
the building, which is a massive undertaking. And talking with my client intends to pursue development of this property. So rather than, I don't want to say wasting, but rather than spending a ton of time of figuring out whether it would have qualified for the substantial improvement threshold, spending time on that, we've instead tried to pursue, okay, going to the redevelopment route and getting that ball rolling. So to that effect, I encourage my client to retain Beinfeld architecture. One, because I think their work's good, but two, they're also one of the more familiar, one of the firms that's more familiar with Norwalk zoning. And so he did that. He's retained them. They have, my understanding is they actually had a conversation with Brian Baker in zoning regarding some standards, particularly parking. It's actually somewhat challenging the site in that it's not the largest site on Water Street that you would think, and it's got some challenges.
I can
Yeah.
bring up,
It's a rather narrow site.
No. No, I've been working too long when I don't need to type it in anymore.
Yeah,
That's there, here we go.
there you go. So
So
yeah, you can see the lines there. So it's,
this is the property here, right?
if it's challenged in any way, it's that, besides, you know, being in the coastal area, is, that you're very limited in how much parking you get there. So we've been working with, Beinfeld, and Beinfeld has talked with zoning, to understand, standards. You know, these are relatively new regulations, and understanding what could be constructed there. So right now, I am currently waiting on a first draft conceptual drawing of what could be there in a redevelopment.
When do you
And
expect that?
I was hoping to have it by now. Unfortunately, you know, as you know, with all the architects and engineers and frankly, anybody associated with Andrews, things are behind. So we're waiting on that. It definitely will take some time because we have to get the architectural plans, then you have to get the site plans, you have, you know, and then it has to go through the land use process. So it is gonna take some time. I think that same time would have essentially been needed if it was to bring the current building up to FEMA compliance. Frankly, could have been more involved to try to have an existing building like that improved to FEMA compliance. So I actually think this might end up being the quicker route. But you know, it will take some time. But in the interim, that tenant has vacated. And we'd be happy to, you know, have staff come to verify
Right.
that and everything, and we'll continue to work with the final tenant in trying to
Right.
or with the artist studio to have them.
So actually, the artist studio, so first, that's very true, just to give an idea. This building here is raised to flood compliance. So you can kind
Right.
of see the height differential there if you wanted to try and bring this up to compliance. Now, any new development will also have to be flood compliant, but to be very fair, it is slightly easier to build a building from new
No.
than to take something that's new, that we've seen instances where an older building was trying to be raised and it collapsed.
Right.
So it's a lot easier to do it from, lack of better terms, from scratch. Now, from the permitting standpoint, the reason I want to bring this up, they should have had this up quicker, but I can get there. So we do actually have a zoning approval for the artist studio.
Okay, yeah.
That is right here. There you go, for the tenant. The problem here, counselor, both counselors, I should say now, is they have not gone to the building department for anything other than installing an electrical panel.
Okay.
So technically, this is from 2024. Fortunately, it was December it was issued by us. So this permit is still valid for 3 months.
Okay,
They do need to pull a building permit.
okay,
And that is, they have not done, now the fire marshal has been in the building. But, and they've gone through and make sure that the tenant is good. But they haven't gone through extensively of that use, and neither is the building department.
okay,
And to bring it full circle, they're occupying with absolutely no authority whatsoever to do so. They have a zoning permit, which is step one of about, being a little facetious, step one of about 7. So the owner still has a obligation here to make sure that they're taken care of with the building department,
the art studio.
the art studio,
Right.
correct. So I mean, if they're gonna be vacated by the end of the year, maybe we can work with that.
Mhm.
You know, the fire marshal's inspecting and, you know, life safety's okay, then we can work with that. But if the owner wants to get rent for this and wants to have some income on it and using this as a rent, they're gonna have to they're gonna finish out the building permit process.
Oh.
So,
How much
Yes.
time are you looking for?
So. I think we could, so you're saying December for resolving whether or not she's.
Right, so
she's
my-
vacating or.
well, my recommendation for December would be whatever decision is made,
Yeah.
that we have a plan going forward,
Right.
so that if she's gonna stay there for an extended period of time, then we should get the building permits issued
Okay,
and
yeah.
going. Because then that takes care of the tenant permitting issue,
Mhm.
and then also by December, I think by then, we can have a good idea, something documented. I can check with my planners, Brian, and
Yeah.
then director Steve, about where it's going for redevelopment. The idea is we want to get this into compliance,
Right,
which what we can do before we go to develop, because if you make an application to the zoning commission and there's a violation, they could deny it without even hearing you.
Mhm.
They'll just say, oh, there's a violation on this property, fix it before, unless the cure is a zoning commission application,
Mhm.
then they'll hear it. I think having by December, we should definitely have some documentation that the current tenant's moving forward and that overall the redevelopment is moving at the right pace.
Sure, and I think we can, I don't know if. Just knowing how long things are
Yeah.
taking
Oh,
with
yeah,
architects
yeah.
and engineers, I don't know if we'll have fully engineered plans by that point or anything.
Yeah.
But I think certainly, I mean, we're supposed to have a concept very shortly.
Okay.
And I could certainly show that to zoning as soon as we have that. And then it's a question of how quickly can these experts produce their
I think
application level plans.
If we can get and I could talk to Brian, you can also email me as well. I mean, Brian's a lot closer to me than you are. But you can if you've had meetings, discussions with Brian, Steve, or
Mm.
Michelle in our office, who may handle this. If we've had some discussions going for, this is what's happening,
Yes.
that's good progression. It's just, I don't wanna come back here in December and be like, oh, I've been waiting to get with Brian, we're still thinking about these
Yeah.
things, that I'm not.
Yeah,
Not a
no,
fan of.
I got you, I hear you. So yeah, that would, have no issue with that.
Anybody else want to be heard?
Let's, again, anybody in the participant, there we go, we have one right here. Tanya, there you go. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I happen to be the artist that is
Oh, okay.
There we go.
in the space. I've
Hang on. Tanya, hold on for a second. Hang on.
Please state your name for the record.
Miss, are you, yes, my name is
Yeah.
Tanya Anderson.
Okay, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Go ahead.
Yes.
You may speak.
So, I am concerned. I'm just, I was unaware that this building, was not able to be a commercial space. I've been in there since January and I was under the assumption that they were following, some protocols to bring the building up to speed so that I could get final approval for my building occupancy, which if I've only gone through one of 7 steps, then this process is crazy because I spent 3 months talking to different people, trying to get everything done, trying to make sure I was within the confines of what Norwalk expects of their business owners. Um, I'm just wondering, I have not heard from my landlord in terms of vacating. Is that something that I need to do immediately?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think if you have the permit, we can go through 1 through
Right.
7 before
Well, that's,
December.
so a
Right.
few things just to clarify there. First, I said 7, it's close to that, but it may not be. That was just maybe a little facetious there. But there are several steps that still needed to be done, including pulling a building permit, getting a fire marshal review, plan review, and then all the subsequent inspections and certificates issued. The space and the building does allow for commercial
Right.
uses and commercial tenants. That's why you got a zoning approval. If it wasn't allowed, you would have been denied outright. But you got the permit, you're allowed there, you can definitely function there. And just after the zoning approval is issued, there are other departments that need, that need to do their plan reviews and inspections. And I believe I have met you out there before when we did an inspection with the fire marshal's office. We were inspecting the whole building. You were gracious enough to let me in and go through your space to get to where the fire marshals were. But from a zoning perspective, you are okay, you're fine. So your permit's valid for about another 3 months from zoning. In that 3 months, you have to pull a building permit. I can, recommend, hey, pull your building permit, but at the end of the day, it is on you as the tenant and the property owner to ensure that gets done. So I would work with the property owner, his representing counsel, Chris is here now, working with them to get in line for as long as possible until some finality is done with what is going to become of the building.
Yeah, I've done, I think, everything on my end to try to get the building permit. I have gone to the fire marshal. They refused to sign off on that. And that's the only issue I'm aware of is the fire marshal. I'm not aware of any other issues. I know I have talked to my landlord about this. I feel comfortable and safe in my environment. I do not feel like I'm, you know, that a fire could break out at any time. I don't feel that worry or that concern. Um, So I'm just wondering, I love this space. I want to stay there for as long as possible. And if they want to redevelop it, that they have every right to do so, but I would love to stay until that redevelopment occurred. And I want to know what I can do to stay as long as possible.
And I think that's what we'll use this period on up until December to try to secure what's needed, so she can remain.
Anyone else, anything else?
I don't think we're good. Tanya, you all set there?
I mean, I'm not going to say that I I feel comfortable with today's results because I feel like again I've just been put on a waiting game, and to me I kind of have been in this kind of limbo since January, since I've moved in. I'm trying, you know, to be positive, but I guess so you're saying then what is likely to happen right now is that I can stay there for another 3 months unless any new developments happen. And then in
Well-
3 months, when you have another hearing, you'll decide if the building is compliant or not.
Well, once you pull a once a building permit is pulled for your space, for your occupancy, once the building permit is pulled, the zoning approval is good in perpetuity. So as long as you have a building permit, the zoning permit is valid. So once you get that building permit,
But the
then
building permit, that's not something I can get on my own. It has to be the fire marshal. Is that what I'm hearing?
no, anybody can pull the building permit. It can be yourself, it could be the property owner, it can be anybody representing the property. It's just it's like any other commercial tenant in town. They just need to pull a tenant permit with the building department, and then the building department just goes through and does their safety code inspections, and that includes the fire marshal.
All right, well, I've already paid my money for the building permit. Let me just say I did file an application
Okay,
several months ago for the building permit, and it was denied because of the fire marshal.
okay, so
Can I get it without the fire marshal? Because I want to be compliant.
I think that's a good question for the building department from,
Let's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
work with your tenant. I want to do this here.
Mhm,
You guys
Yeah,
Right.
outside this.
yeah,
We'll continue this, December 17th?
Yeah.
Correct, yep.
December 17th for progress. And two fronts we need.
that's it, that's it.
We need the city codes. And we need the application. For the redevelopment. Okay. And so violation continues. Let me make that rule. I'm not gonna put a fine at this time. But I want substantial progress by next time. You got 3 months. So put a contingent fine of $25,000 for satisfactory progress. I know things happen, and I'll listen to whatever happens. We work with. Progress will be, like John tells me if it's
Right.
good progress or not.
Right.
Okay, so he's the one you really want to work with. Let's get this all resolved. Outside and come in here with a nice progress report and there won't be a fine.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the time.
All right,
Thanks.
thank you, you got it.
Just one
Thanks, Tom.
second.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Continue to 12/17, or I'm giving you notice to, no, I'm not sending it.
Oh, it's a 12/17, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Counselor, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tanya.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I do not believe we have anybody else here represented by council,
Okay, let's get to the real people.
so.
You have.
Hmm?
Can you give me any short matters so people don't have to wait when this is all this?
Well, if they're here. And they're all kind of about the same there, Council. I don't wanna say
Does
one
anybody
step.
have a reason to leave sooner than doctor's
I
appointment?
need to pick up my daughter,
Fair enough.
in about 20 minutes.
You're on, you got 20 minutes.
Come on up.
Thank you, sorry.
You got it.
No problem.
Cool, thank you. I'm gonna come up and get that.
What's the address?
It's number 14 Quintard Avenue.
Yes.
It's for agenda here, John. What did we do?
We wanted to,
14.
it's big fun. You want a big fun.
Still a lot of items.
It is. That means we're
Okay.
trying to make things happen here. This is a new item there,
Okay.
Counselor. Let's get this rolling here. So we got that. We'll do a share screen. Oh, no. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, fair enough. This is a new matter. I think I can probably roll through this pretty quick. It's one of your usual favorites there, Counselor, in parking in the front setback. And so in your packet there, we received a complaint on June 25th. And for parking of a vehicle in the front yard and a parking area.
Can you swear in the witness?
Oh, sure, if you want to. Sure. You must.
Property owner, sir.
Yes, I am.
What's your name?
Richard Vitucci.
And would you raise your right hand? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay.
All right.
And here you go.
Okay, fair enough. So, we established the complaint was received on the 25th of June. July 2nd, the inspection documented a parking area, white gravel and, compressed, compromised grass, front yard, typical, situation. Inspected again on the 17th of July, similar conditions.
Where'd
No.
the complaint come from?
It was from a citizen's complaint. Was an email. It's in your packet. I try to give you as much as I can, Counselor.
I know. It's just- Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. And so based on that, we sent a notice of violation on the 29th of July. A follow-up inspection, August 25th. Similar conditions to the previous two inspections. Citations sent on September 11th. Didn't think I sent a citation that day, but oh boy. With today's hearing date for the 17th. A drive-by inspection, observed conditions the same on Monday, similar conditions, and I use that term similar. And lastly, the owner, Richard, who's here today, sent me an email on the 16th, and that was yesterday, requesting a dismissal of the citation. And that email is also in your packet there. And so I do have some pictures. I'll do real quick. Ooh, guys, turn this around a little bit here. Here we go.
You have notice here, you sent the,
Yep, and that was via Constable Bondi.
so you have any objection to notice? I see you're here, so I assume you got notice.
Yes.
So this was the photo that was submitted with the email complaint. And we have little gravel area there and obviously a vehicle in the front yard. Pretty straightforward. This was my inspection on the 14th. I'm sorry, not on the 14th, on the 2nd of July. My apologies, everybody. And you can see there's the parking area there in the front here. This is established now that you can clearly see is a walkway from the front door to the sidewalk.
All right.
So this was a second photo there, a little closer. That is the area this is just a Google Street View that I try to include with all the parking and, complaint files. And then. Yep. So this was my inspection on the 15th of September. This was on Monday. So we do have here, the walkway is still there, which is fine. And then we have some landscaping. We got a little decorative wagon there. That's actually it's pretty nifty. And where the parking area used to be. Where the parking used to take place. So my recommendation today was to ask for,
Mr. Bertucci, have any objection to these photos?
No.
Okay, fine.
was to ask for a continuance because the nature of the violation is very minor. And just for your own knowledge as well, the complaint was made about several properties up and down Quintard Avenue, so you're not the only one by far. Constable Bondi got a nice walk going up all Quintard Avenue. And so, but given the minor nature of the violation and that there has been effort made to cure the violation, that the only thing that we would see here as in zoning is something that needs to be added on is either that the grass and the replacement, the replacement grass and landscaping here. So this here, that grass has fully taken hold. It's, grown nicely and that parking has ceased on it. So that's what we would need to see. It's there. I'm willing to say get a continuance for a month till our October hearing to let me go out, do an inspection, make sure that the grass is held and that that parking has ceased on there.
Sir,
I agree, that is entirely reasonable and doable.
well, then I'll do it.
And you'll be seeing a few more of these over the
Yeah.
few agendas there. Yeah, this was just the first one, unfortunately, that was on the calendar.
Violation found. No fine at this time. Continue to
October 29th is our next.
10/29/25. Getting a notice now, I'm not sending you another portion.
Okay.
All notice. Okay.
All set.
All right. Thank
Very
you,
good.
gentlemen.
No problem.
Twenty-
Thank you. Come by.
Have a great day.
Take care.
Okay.
Well, I think the next best one here would probably be 318 Strawberry Hill. I'll get that here for you guys. There we go. So we get all this out of your way here. You just sit there.
Yeah.
But here, yeah, let's not,
No such thing.
it's a sore subject. That's on the, I was like, oh, it's.
Thank you. You're much more flexible than you thought. Well, ain't young anymore, right? It's so hard a little bit. That's good. Okay, so now we got this is about. Okay, let's swear in the witness.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Who's speaking here? Sorry. What's your name?
Anthony D'Amico.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I did.
You're trustees here, and you're,
Yes. Geraldine Stout. She's a sister of mine.
okay, one of your sisters. Huh? Okay.
Yes,
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I did.
And you, sir?
Paul Inserto, nephew.
He's a nephew.
Okay. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the,
Yes.
okay, we got. Is there anybody here who's gonna speak on this, do you know?
I can see, let me take a quick look here. Let's see, I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. Anybody in the attendee section looking to speak on this matter? Oh, we have a Q and A here, hang on, there's a Q and A. Oh, there we go. All right, so there we go. That was just somebody letting us know he's here for another matter.
Oh, I didn't recognize the name.
Okay, that's. And let's see, share screen, let's get that back up. Okay, this one here, and for you there, counselor, I'll pull up the web, the internet here, just so you can see where this is.
Looks just like the other one.
I know, right? Shocking. Okay,
Doesn't look familiar to me. Okay.
so we are right here. So there's a little bit of a wide view here, but this is the intersection of Strawberry Hill and Route 1. There's a Shell station on the corner. The subject property is up here.
Slow down a little.
Sorry.
Get me back to the intersection.
Okay,
Okay. Shell station. Now which way are we going?
up Strawberry
Right
Hill.
off of the post road.
Yeah, so you're going up towards like Wolfwood Avenue.
Yeah, I got towards Wolf. Now,
Yep.
exactly.
And so the Shell station's here. We'll take a quick jaunt up the road. There we go. And this is the property in question,
Okay.
this building.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay. So, last time we were here was in June, and the matter was continued to today. The the permitting process for the first floor tenant, which was a Climate Care,
Yes.
Upper level.
on the first floor, correct? Yep, was continuing, and, they were moving along to get those permits. Discussion for the parking, should be started, and the changeable copy temporary signs should be removed.
Oh, yeah.
So, some developments since I had the details in there, some, copies of permits and things like that in your packet there, counselor. So on July 14th, the tenant Climate Care, the manager or the owner, David, was working with our office to get his plans officially approved. There was some, first attempt wasn't that great. The second attempt was much better, and we were able to approve the plans. However, just as with any commercial tenant, we need some finer details. We just need, okay, where are you storing your stuff, your materials? What are your hours of operation for things like deliveries and such like that? So we emailed David those questions to be answered. Once we got that information, we would put it on the permit and release it. Fortunately, we have not heard from David.
You have.
I have not.
I thought you had.
We have, last time we have heard from David was just prior to July 14th.
Oh,
So the good news is that the floor plans are compliant. They are approvable, but we just need some details to fill out on the permit to officially release it. So that's the tenant side of things. We did a drive-by inspection in August 27th, still saw that Climate Care was occupying. And there was still the parking, and the parking's a larger issue. We can do that at the end, and we can do it part and parcel of Climate Care's approval. So we can do it at the same time. So that's why the Climate Care's approval is important. Then I went by again on Monday, and I have the pictures here. Some signs came back.
oh, boy.
Which ones?
I'll show you. I figured you'd ask. Well, here we go. 9:15. here we go.
Oh, boy.
Cause I just drove by last week and they weren't there.
There are two of them. There wasn't as much. Now, last time,
was
it looked
one.
like a sign company exploded in the front yard.
Right.
There was a ton of signs.
Okay.
So, and then you are correct, that we went by several times between June and currently, and there were no signs. So I do my usual follow-up a few days before any item on an agenda, just to make sure. And there they were. So this is a close-up. So there's climate care still in there. And by the way, that, yeah,
I wanna comment on that.
Mhm.
Cause last time we were here, I mentioned how I would go there, told him it needed to be removed.
Mhm.
I let him know. Not only that, I sent him a text and told him that, and this was on, September 9th.
Mm.
I just stopped by the property to confirm with you, cause I had somebody looking at the property, cause I'm in real estate and the office, somebody will be coming by to look at the property. Also, the sign in the window has to come down. We're having a zoning meeting September 17th.
I didn't even.
And I know that they're gonna drive by and check the properties. And please make sure that the sign is not there. And no response from him, but it was read on the 9th by him.
and this
So
is
I
what
mean,
and the worst part of this is, now, the reason we have these permits for, and I apologize for not the greatest camera shot there, but I had to get it. Not the easiest place to pull over there.
little drive-by.
Yeah, I caught it at the last second. This is some of his materials here that he uses for his
Behind the
business.
building.
Well, technically, it's supposed to be inside.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't like it back there either.
So-
Yeah,
It's in the front.
It's in the front.
Well.
That's how I was able to see it.
Oh, you mean those boards and things
Yeah,
leaning?
this is like some, minor equipment that he has in front of the van.
Okay.
So, and that's why the interior permit's important, because he designates where on the inside he's gonna have his storage. And this way, you guys know this, so that when he does something like this and it catches somebody's ire, say, oh, no, it's supposed to be on the inside, here, not there. So that is, in a nutshell, it's a pretty easy presentation. This is, in a nutshell, there's still, the temporary signs and whatnot, I think you gotta just kind of drive it home to the tire. There's a tire shop underneath in the backside and on the side. They have permits, they have building permits, they have fire marshal approval, they're in good standing, except for the signs. So I think you just gotta
Which
really,
they took down. And
you
then they
really
put it
have
back.
to drive it. It's not like they're hidden, they're in a very visible place. And to top it off, I'll be very honest, they have their sign here. Now, I know the sign belongs to you guys,
The blank
maybe have
sign?
them put it up here.
You mean the
This-
top one?
The
Yeah.
top
They
one is
can't.
blank.
Oh, okay.
Because that's where climate care is going.
Okay.
And when I went there and talked to him to he said he had the guys coming to put the sign up top.
And that's,
And
'cause I understand that the tire company, just because there's maybe this little shrub here, and just
Right.
angles, it's a little difficult to see a sign. Do I buy that? I
well,
don't know,
maybe
but
we could talk about to Shiraz to get the shrubs taken down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when I did talk to Lemus Tires, they're very good people, just honest, hard workers trying to make it. They're complaining that, nobody knows they're there, hence the signage. And I
Right.
said, I understand. And then I told them to put the sign up there, which they did, but, I just think they're just trying to drive business to
Oh,
them.
no, that's,
And
absolutely. and
We
I
get it.
Yeah. And what they could do, in some I haven't reviewed it, now this is with our permitting officers. There may be some situations where you could get two wall signs, so they can maybe put a sign up here,
Right, I did talk to my uncle about that.
On the side of the building?
Yeah,
right here.
was receptive to that.
yeah, I know.
Right, so that's something, there's restrictions for zoning for that and building code as
Right.
well. But, so that's something you have to dance through a little
There's a
bit.
possibility.
It's possible that could.
Well, there was a sign up there previously,
And that could help as
Right.
well, but
right?
but that's, counselor, that's where we're standing. We still have a tenant that does not have proper occupancy. And it's not just us. That means they don't have a building permit. They don't have a fire marshal permit either.
So they're in violation also.
They'd be invited, then, you consider yourselves lucky you haven't gotten paperwork from them either. So, I'm the only mean guy right now. So, and then the signage, obviously, but I think this one's gonna be it's a transient thing. I think you really just have to drive home to Lima. So look, these temporary signs cannot happen.
Right. Well, I'll drive by there when I leave here. Let me ask you a question.
Unequivocally.
I know, let me ask you a
about
question.
that.
Would
One
you-
one at a time.
Would you consider eviction?
Well, you better believe I would.
So if that's on the table,
I mean, I think I said Lima's Tires is
not Lemus.
oh, no, yeah, I was saying
No.
theirs is minor.
No, not
but,
Lemus, we're
yeah.
talking,
Well,
Fine,
second
okay.
floor.
right,
Yeah,
Oh, he's aggravated me for 2 years since he's been there.
Yeah.
You can't imagine.
and so I do have,
like that. I like honesty in
Listen.
people up front, no crap.
just so it's when. I was the real estate agent as well on the deal, and when
Next time, get your bed time.
Michael Church, no, when Michael Church brought him to us, I said to Michael, listen, he's gotta make sure he goes to zoning, you gotta make sure that this business can go here. You know what I mean? He said, yep, no problem, no problem, no problem. And then I ended up, I seen Bill Ireland or something, and he said, hey, what's going on with 318? I said, he didn't come down and see you? And he said, no, and I says,
Yeah.
all right, and that's when I started on with Dave. And he's just not complying. So I would think the best thing to do is we
Boot
just
him out.
boot him out.
I've been renting that building for over 40 years.
Yep,
I've never had a tenant like this, but that doesn't mean you can't get one.
right, no, that
Oh,
happens. Hey, you've been fortunate. Yeah.
so I mean, that might be the only solution to,
And all of this is in the lease. I've done the leases too over the years. It spells out clearly what you have to comply with. And some people just don't get it. They don't wanna get it, and they can
They don't
care less.
care.
Only thing to do is boot them right out the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's an option we'll put on the table.
Yeah.
Anything else here?
That's it. That's and like I said, at the end of the rainbow, the parking does need to be addressed, but
Yeah.
we don't need to do that.
no.
Now we have other.
So we have to
you know,
come back
So
for
we
that.
had good
Oh,
progress
yeah,
with-
that's a different story.
That's a different story.
That's a different story.
Okay.
We had to be real residents here.
Because they're charging you rent.
You can't pay it with a.
But we'll resolve it from hell or high water, one way or another, make no mistake about it. Okay. Violation continues and recurs. Okay, did we have any fine before this?
No,
No.
Okay, let's see what's reduced.
I think you know me, I'm pretty harsh on those memos there, counselor, so
So what we're gonna do is not fine I'm gonna put a contingent fine on for progress here. No fine at this time. The maximum fine you're up to right now is $35,000.
Oh, my.
that's what the state of Connecticut, because it's from the date of the citation. Plus 5 days, it's $150 per day.
well, let me ask you,
That's what the state says. That's what he
I
has the
understand.
power to.
but let me ask you a question. If we're trying and the tenant is not cooperating, who's liable?
The state of Connecticut,
The owner.
the state of Connecticut said the owner is liable. Now you can go to court and you can sue it and pass it on to them.
Yeah.
But now, just so I'm saying this a couple times now, we do have our tax sale that we have as another tool in the toolbox. Zoning fines can be included in auctions. So if we issue a fine, if Attorney Overs issues a fine of $10,000 and it's not paid, it becomes, after 30 days, it becomes a lien on the property. And if that lien's not paid, the tax collector has the right to collect that as a debt in a tax sale. And then the property could be auctioned off for a measly $10,000.
So let me ask you another question. If we move to evict him, and he gets evicted, it all goes away?
So far, there's no fine. The only thing I'm talking about is a contingent fine to
Mhm.
keep the fire lit,
Right,
not. So I'm gonna issue a contingent fine for the next hearing, and you come back and show me what you've done. If you've started the eviction, I know it takes a while to evict people,
Mhm.
but if you haven't done anything, the fine could take hold. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
And also the physical eviction of the tenant helps with the violation of occupancy. You still have the other things to contend with,
It
but at
doesn't
least
do away with the
that.
violation.
It would do away with the occupancy violation.
right, but
Okay.
then we gotta worry about the signs.
Then the signs
With
and the parking and all
liens.
that later. You know, but this moment,
But with the tenant gone, the signs should be gone.
no,
No,
Lemus is still
Lemus
there.
is
Oh, those
downstairs.
are Lemus's signs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. But I think that is, I hate to put it this way, and I hate to suggest, I think that might be the way to go, is because, simply because that cure, you have three violations, right? You have
Yeah.
signs, parking, and occupancy.
Yeah,
The occupancy one goes away if the tenant no longer exists.
yeah.
Right. Now, the parking violation,
Hmm?
I mean.
Well, they're
it's
just
been in
saying that the
exist-
front is not parking. We
No,
have
but
to,
it's been in
well, we have
existence for
to,
years.
We'll
that's
discuss,
another.
we can figure that
That's
out.
another,
We gotta do this again?
Oh, yeah.
yes, that's another
You're
situation.
not having a good time?
It's another situation down the road.
We
Let's
can,
just keep.
Right.
We've been parking there for.
Let's
53
worry
years.
about,
I
let's
don't
worry
get
about
it.
climate care,
Not relevant. It's not
getting him
relevant,
out.
Not relevant that you've been violating it and getting away.
We
with it.
haven't been violating, we haven't been in violation.
I didn't think we were violating it because the building department approved our plans for a loading dock and parking there. What's the date of the next hearing?
the next hearing is the 29th of October. We also have November 12th and December 17th.
Well, what do we need? How much time we need to?
Well, it depends what they're gonna do. If they're gonna
We're
attempt,
gonna evict him?
Well, I want a victim. This isn't the only issue I have with him.
I understand.
can't collect the rent from.
Okay,
I have to fight.
so,
So that's
if you're gonna start the eviction, it's gotta be a matter of, okay, there's gotta be documentation
yeah, we'll
served
call,
and done.
we'll get a hold of the attorney
And-
within a week.
So then we
Don't
need to
have
get,
to notify him first.
Yeah, the
If he
attorney.
doesn't comply, then he's gonna be evicted.
No, I think you evict him on the fact that he's just not complying to begin with.
You have to give him notice. The whole thing. You
I
have
think
to.
so.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get him out in a week.
No, I know you're not gonna get him out,
He
but,
won't go. He's the kind of stuff. It could take months. I just wanna see it underway.
okay,
I'm not gonna hold you to go faster than the system allows.
so I was gonna say, if the eviction process is the way to go, to allow for proper service of an eviction and start the paperwork, I think it is very fair for December 17th.
Okay, 12,
Just
17.
before Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Well, I just don't really like to throw people out just before Christmas.
Well, maybe.
Well, okay, so continue to.
no fine on the table for Christmas.
We'll see what you do. I don't believe it. All right, so oral notice, we're not sending it, Marshall, you got notice right now. To come back on December 17th. And.
I have to write that down
Feel
because
free
my,
to talk to
my
Mr.
memory
McDuffie
isn't what it
at
used to
any
be.
time. He's, answer your questions. and
Absolutely.
Back here in good shape. All we're trying to do is make progress.
Hearing
I know you
December
guys are
7th.
trying, I really understand your situation.
You know, I called this guy,
It's still your
he won't answer
responsibility.
his phone. Here it is, the 8/0/17, he hasn't paid the rent yet,
You gotta.
and this
vet-
goes on
vet
every
your
month.
tenants before
No.
you sign anything.
That's it.
Well, I depended on a nephew there, and he.
Oh.
What the hell, man? You better get somebody else. Just because this price is right doesn't mean you're getting good service.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
Cheers, we're all set.
We're not-
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank
good
you.
luck, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, take care.
Thanks, Joe.
We'll be in touch.
We'll get it resolved, make no mistake.
Love it.
Oh, yeah,
Love to hear
sooner or later.
Okay, we still have people
it.
here.
Yeah, we do. And then we have a couple in the crowd as well. So we'll do, 26 Magnolia. Got, incoming? We gotta get this longer cord. We gotta, that's IT kind of short of us there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, anybody here for 26 Magnolia in the panelists view? Raise your hand, going once, twice. Sold. Okay, share screen.
Gentlemen, introduce yourself for the record, your name.
Mohammed Nasir.
Mohammed Naeem.
You guys swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. So last time we were here, so we had a couple of continuances here.
Oh, yeah.
The first one was on May 7th, and we had continued that to initially August 13th. However, due to the owners not being in town, and also we had a short schedule that week, we continued it to today's hearing. And I sent Constable Bondi out for service, and you have a copy of that in your.
Any objection to service?
No.
Okay, service is found.
So, yeah, on the 15th, on Monday, I do my checks for all these things, all these items. And the building department, while they do have a permit, so that means our,
Sorry.
yeah,
Sum up where we are before you did this. What is going on with this? property?
so we
Trying to
have,
remember.
no problem, we have a two-family house that had an illegal apartment in the attic and an illegal apartment in the detached garage.
Okay,
I have confirmed with my inspections, because that was a requirement prior to the May 7th inspection, meetings that an inspection had to be done. The garage was vacated and the attic was vacated.
oh, good, okay.
However, by our definition, the apartments technically still exist by legal definition. But there's nobody there.
Okay,
So that was confirmed prior to the May hearing.
right.
And so there are building permits pulled to resolve.
Okay.
However, they have not been acted upon in quite some time. There is some
Who's
more,
acting, these guys?
the property owner's responsibility, that's
Okay.
correct.
Well, actually, I
Um,
understand.
So what needs to happen is, and this is just a quick review for you there, counselor, as well, is the attic has to be made integral, made together with the floor below, with the unit below. So that means, it's auxiliary space. There's no kitchen, there's none, it's just auxiliary space. And it can't have a separation lock, deadbolt, key lock, things like that. And it can't be, the primary egress for that, the primary way in and out can't be through a door through an apartment. So like, there's a lot of situations that we come across where the access to the attic is in the kitchen or in the dining room. You can have that, but you just can't have a door there, or you can't have a door with a lock there. You can just have a simple turn knob. And the detached garage is very simple. Detached garage is, there's two options there. One, revert it back to parking, because that's the required parking for the property. Or if a site plan can be given, a survey, a map, something, to show that the parking can be supplemented. The structure can be made finished space, but it cannot be, under any circumstances, bedrooms, kitchen, and anything like that. You can have, I guess the typical word would be a man cave, perhaps, in there. We would have a use affidavits filed on the land. Sounds great, a man cave is pretty good. Man, that'd be great. That would have to be filed on the land records to, with an affidavit verifying the use of that is not an apartment. But those are the only two options for that.
Okay,
So, look, we're looking to keep things rolling here. The good news, like I said, the good news is, in summary, the two spaces are vacated and work has been started to get the property in compliance. We're still a ways off from that. So that's for your determination there, Counselor, if we,
So we have some progress, but what's with this building permits? What are you doing?
Well, the main issue is getting like another inspection done and, we have our architect, he gave us this paper right here. So we need those things to get checked off and we're just having some trouble getting the right people to inspect it. We did go to the building department and ask them. They said they can't inspect it until everything here is done. And that's where when we left the country, so we couldn't get this thing done.
Okay, so you gotta get all these inspections.
Mhm.
with the building department, right?
I'm not sure if you have the image from the attic. We have entirely like removed all the walls and like the bathroom and stuff from the previous inspection.
Well, yeah, the previous inspection that was there, the walls were still up,
Yeah, I have.
but it
right
was
here.
vacant. You took, the kitchenette was out and,
This is.
oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, see. See, in one way, this is very good, in one way, not so much. So your counselor went,
Yeah.
went down there. So that's the attic. There used to be walls and,
It was like
I
2,
look,
3
Yeah, there
I
is.
look everyone.
he's got it, yeah.
Yeah, everything is like.
Yeah, it's removed, right?
Remove
No
everything.
more wall. So
everything.
that's, in a way, that's good because now it's no longer it's an attic. It's no longer an attic, it's no longer an apartment in the attic, so that's good. But there's the permit, the guys from the building department haven't been out there to check anything.
Yeah,
You haven't
That's-
seen this.
In that configuration, no,
this was
I'm
done
not-
recently, that's why.
and that's very recent, and that's from a zoning perspective only, that's good. That's good because it's
Now, I
not,
understand, I can't get a picture and put in the file though.
right, so if you email
I'll
me there,
email to you.
I will
Okay.
put in our file and just give me a
let
date when it was
ask you,
taken.
This picture is a fair representation of what you.
This was taken away today, so yes.
I just send it over, we'll have that in the file.
Right. So now the bigger question, so the inspections, obviously, you gotta kind of. You gotta be a little aggressive with the building department to make sure that they do the inspections.
I have asked them, they said, because this was a month ago, so
Yeah,
my
yeah.
memory's hazy.
Mm.
They said they couldn't inspect it for a reason, or I'm not sure why. Cause I will talk to you about it later, bro.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that's what, for the inside, that's where you're at. You have
Yes.
to,
Everything,
You have to do
everything is
that.
like clear.
Right.
and whatnot,
so, but, and then the end of the day there, Counselor, just as a final note, and for you guys, we do have to make a decision on that garage. Have to see what, because if you're going to revert it back to parking,
Mhm.
we can put that on a permit and just say, revert to parking. And you don't even have to give me a plan, you don't have to do anything, you just revert it back to parking.
That's the, I think, cause we open up part of the garage, like, I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Yeah, when I was out there, because you
Yeah.
opened part of it, right, I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
that,
The
that I
other
saw,
part,
yeah.
my dad says he wants to use it as like a storage
Like,
area or
But
something.
the problem is if it becomes anything but parking, and literally anything but
Anything but parking.
parking or unfinished storage.
Mhm.
So meaning, people have garages all everywhere and they use it for storage, which is
Yeah.
understandable. But there's no finishing, there's no drywall, there's
Okay,
no,
guys, this is not,
oh, sorry,
you can discuss this.
sorry.
All right, so where are we now? How much time are we for the next?
I think,
Does anybody else want to talk on it?
I did ask at the beginning there, but let me
Yeah, if
see.
anybody showed up,
Well, let me see, doesn't
anybody an
like that.
opportunity.
does not look like it. Nope, we're good, sorry, we're good.
All right. All right, so I still have violations. But I'm gonna, you guys convinced me you're trying, so I'm just gonna say satisfactory. Progress and still no fine. No fine at this time. I want progress next time. And I'm gonna put contingent fine if you don't get going here. If I can find, see what Mr. Ducky was thinking. Nah,
Of course,
I want them to fix the problem, not have to sell the property. I'm just gonna put a $5,000 contingent fine to tell you I want something. I don't wanna hear that you didn't do anything. contingent fine, 4 more properties. Continue to,
I think we should be able to get some progress, especially with the building department by our November hearing.
sound okay with you?
It'd be November 12th.
Perfectly fine, that's reasonable, yes.
Okay, this is your notice right now, November 12th. This is the only notice you're getting, so don't forget. And talk to Mr. Hayducky as much as you want, and he will guide you.
Yeah. Shoot me an email and we'll arrange something maybe for next week. We can meet in my office and go over everything that's left. And then in the meantime, like I said, contact building department.
Okay.
All right, guys, you're all set.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
Get you back in order.
I'm always out of order, council.
I know.
That's fine. Go on. I should grab the next one.
They're not here, right?
They're on,
Up there, actually,
they're on
right?
screen, yes, they are on screen. So we can do that, Darlene will do that. Sure. So, council, our next one's gonna be in Frozen Home, be 30 Lexington, and the owner is on Zoom.
Okay, is anybody here in person?
I can check, we do have an interested party sitting right behind me.
No, I'm interested in it all, right?
Anybody's. Who's person, I wanna give them priority over the others.
Fine, that is fine.
I'm sitting on the couch drinking beer while these guys are on these hard benches.
Pretty soft. Nobody's out there.
Okay, so then we're gonna go 30 Lex.
30 Lexington. Okay, let me get the owner on here. Okay. Raj, you're,
Yes, I'm here.
there you go. Very good.
No.
Hang on 1 second. We'll get you sworn in a couple seconds and I'll do my, presentation and then you'll go.
Okay.
Yeah, so 30 Lexington, this is a continuation from, I believe it was the 20th of August, I think. I can figure that out. Let's see. Whoop. Share screen. Last time we were here was, oh no, May 20th. My apologies. Oh, I knew there was a 20 in there somewhere.
Okay,
It's on May 20th. Knew there was a 20. All right, guys, you wanna,
Mr. Shinoy, state your name for the record.
Yes, are you able to? Yeah. My name is Rajesh Shenoy.
And you, this is your the.
Are you able to see me?
I'm sorry?
Are you able to see me?
No.
no,
Oh,
shockingly. Let me get you there real quick. And for some reason, can't see it for some reason. You know what? I have an idea.
okay.
Okay, now try it. Let's see, try to just kind of reset your video there.
Okay. Yes.
I think we have some, there we go. Okay,
Right.
there we go. Okay, so let me get the items back up here. I'll get it right sooner or later. There we go. Okay, Counselor, go for it.
Okay, so raise your right hand, please. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I will tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Put your hand down.
Okay.
And you gonna speak?
No.
No? Anybody else gonna be here on this matter?
I don't think so. I think I know the only one left, or two left over there. I know they're here for, so I think we're okay.
Okay, Mr. Ducky, let's hear what you got to say.
Perfect. Raj, I'm gonna just, I'm gonna do my presentation here and then we'll get you in.
Yes, please.
Okay. So the last time we were here, was on May 20th and, the matter was, continued to today for, tangible satisfactory progress. And the hearing officer made a comment that the maximum fine may be considered if progress is unsatisfactory. So that was bad. The violation here for those at home and for Attorney Oberst is a creation of a three-family residence within a CD2 zone, a two-family zone. This premise has had a fire and it was referred to by the fire marshal. And they found 3 units in the property. And so I think you can. So after that hearing, the property owner sent an email to planning and zoning on June 12th pertaining to the legal use of the property and requested for all historical documentation. And the following day, the property owner gave me an update on the insurance claim, and I got that from the adjuster as well. Those emails should be in your packet there, Counselor. On June 26th, I collected all the historical documentation for the property. It took a while to find a couple things, but what's found sent the copy of that documentation over to the property owner. In a nutshell, we have 2 approvals from 2003 and 2007. Those zoning approvals and subsequent building permits were for the removal of a 3rd floor kitchen within a two-family residence. So this property has had a slight history with an illegal apartment. And then flash forward a little bit on September 11th, sent the hearing notice for today. And on the 13th, that was last week, property owner sent me an email requesting an extension, very detailed email on progress thus far, and confirming their attendance at the hearing today. Last but not least, as of yesterday, we do not have an application for zoning approval, and nor are there any building permits to remedy. And I didn't make a clear suggestion onto what we're looking for here as the city, because we have the property owner here to provide testimony for any questions and updates you may have.
Okay. Sir.
So Raj, you're up.
Yes. So basically, I received the documentation about the third unit, and which we addressed that, hey, we are going to be in compliant as per the thing, because we purchased the property in 2011. So we were not aware that it was a illegal unit, so that's what I came back and told the department that, hey, when we purchased, it was sold to us as a 3 unit in 2011. But when we came to know that it has to be remediated and fixed, we are going to take care of that. We agreed that whatever we have to be in compliant, we will be taking care of that. And right now we have done everything to make sure the property is in compliant, and we are working with public adjuster, Atlas public adjuster. We have sent all the email chain. We are also working with American Modern Insurance Company, because as per insurance thing, we are not supposed to start any kind of repair work or any kind of a thing, because they locked it, and the building has been condemned. And just last week on Friday, we received summons from insurance company. So and that's what we shared with Mr. John Hidaki, saying that, hey, we received it and we are working with legal counsel right now to address that insurance claim. So the matter is going to be addressed, and we'll try to take care of fixing the property. We are as eager as the building department. We want to take care of the property, put it back in the market and, put it rental because, I'm losing the rent. But currently that's my income source. And we are in compliant. We'll make sure we'll be in compliant with whatever building department says. That's what I would like. But we need, we are requesting some more time because right now we just received a legal notification from insurance company just last Friday. And it's, we need some more time for taking them to the council, legal counsel, and then come up with a remediation.
What happens to an application for zoning approval? It's supposed to have been done?
That is a requirement for, that's as in the beginning process to do this, to get this done. Now, again, there are insurance issues here for, to get the plans ready, to get an application in. And Raj, let me ask this. This is kind of in the forefront of my head, real quick. The property, it's vacated now, correct? It's locked, can't get it, okay. So that's part of the issue is to get plans to remediate. The problem is we have to get access to the building. And I believe is the entire building condemned by the building department?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so the building's gonna have to come down at some point. So we're waiting for that. That's gotta happen. And apparently now, that Raj has told me on, Friday, and it's in your packet there, that there's now litigation pending from the insurance company.
Oh, wonderful. The building's vacant.
Correct.
Yes.
Hang on.
All right, sir, how much time do you want?
I cannot define the time, but definitely we would try to, we have approached the legal counsel and as well as our public adjuster. We might need a couple of months at least to start with, at least to get the process started as well as put the plans in with the approval from the building department and all. It might take 3 to 6 months at least, 3 months minimum.
Well, what if we said, let's see what's happened in 3 months and you come back and tell me what's going on?
Yes,
I think
sir.
that's fair. I think in 3 months you can pop back in here and give us a bit of an update. And also obviously keep sending me anything you get documentation wise.
Absolutely. I'll like, my public adjuster as well as I've been on track on sending email. As soon as we receive any email from building department, we reply immediately. I'm on top of it. And I appreciate John Headache's email chain and everything, whatever he has been following it up, amazing. So I'm very happy with the building department. Only thing is that insurance is taking time. Otherwise, we would have been submitting all the documentation.
What's the 3-month date?
The 3 months from there would be the 17th of December. So Raj, 17th of December would be the next time you come back here.
Okay,
Okay,
we're not sending you a notice. This is your notice.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm finding the violation continuing. I'm not finding you at this time, because you've got enough problems.
Yeah.
A lot of problems.
I'm not gonna add to them at this time. Let's keep trying.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Raj. Yep, you're all set there, Raj, and just like keep me updated if anything happens, and if you have any questions, email me.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You got it.
You're
Take care.
Take care.
Here.
Okay, so Rob has been very patient and 31 Split Rock is where we're going next. What we got in here? And Rob, I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna promote you to panelist now, so give that a second. Again, there we go. And I'm gonna unmute you there. All right, let me get your video started. Excellent. Oh, we got, got two attendees. Look at that.
Okay, we got a
Two attendees.
crowd.
All right. Let me get your paperwork here up quick. Nope, not bad. Stop. We'll do that. There we go. Okay. Good to see you guys.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, John.
Whenever you're ready there, Council.
Okay, let's, who's here to speak on this matter?
The property owners.
Let's get them on.
Oh, there we go.
See them?
There we go. I was doing the share screen, so it shrinks down.
I
So
understand.
I'll do that
Okay.
later.
So I've got, Lisa and Robert here. Raise your right hands. You swear to tell the truth, the whole, that's your left hand. You think I don't know that?
I'm left-handed.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Try the whole share screen thing again. There we go. Okay. So, very brief recap. This was a violation for a accessory dwelling unit in a lower level of a single family residence.
You've got notice. You don't have any objection to notice, do you, people?
No.
No.
Okay. Now you can tell us
All
about
right.
the accessory. unit,
Now I'll keep going.
Why we're here.
Okay, so, basically, this was a bit of a unique situation. There was a, apartment in the, premises, many moons ago. And then there was actually a permit to remove the apartment. But there wasn't, the building process wasn't completed, the building permit process wasn't completed. There was no certificate. Long story short, the advisement of our esteemed legal counsel said that technically this is a violation and the apartment would have to be brought up to current regulations and codes. So, the property owners have been very, diligent in doing that. And so in a very brief, summary here is, so going a half step back, in March 27th of this year, we issued a zoning approval for a new accessory dwelling unit. Then jump to May, the owners submitted amended plans, per the building inspector's, request. They need to make some building code adjustments. Flash forward to September 5th, the owners emailed me. They needed to have some septic work, water lines, done as per the health department, and this was verified. I, called the health department and, Bill Mooney, the assistant director, confirmed that these things needed to be done. And, which caused a bit of a delay in things. And so based on that, I just sent the hearing notice for today. And then on the 16th, which is in your packet there as well as the last page, the property owner, Rob, was very kind and created an Excel sheet, by the looks of it,
Oh, look at that.
of all the stuff that has been done since the permit was issued. And I think I didn't put that in there. Nope, I did not.
Wow, that's great.
So, this is another one. I did not put in a specific request for a specific date for a continuance. Because the property owners are here, they are making progress, and maybe their testimony can clarify how much longer we need to go. Because they're still working with other departments. I put on there because again, I'm a mean guy. I put a contingent fine possibly there at your discretion, but I think we'll let the owners provide some testimony here to maybe change that.
Okay. Oh,
Thank
yes,
you.
yes, yes.
I just submitted what did I submit? I submitted a revised drawing of the first floor, our house, to William Mooney in the health department. And that has to do with the modifying the entrance to that family room, so it's no longer calculated as a bedroom. And then that would satisfy the health department. We have a carpenter who we've worked with for 25 years in our house, and he set aside December, January of this winter to do the remaining work, which is sheetrock and 2 fireproof doors and
Exterior
an
door.
exterior door. And that would bring everything up to the code that we've discussed with the building department. So that's what we actually are. That's our next step is working with our carpenter to straighten out those last few building issues. So you can tell me what my next steps would be.
Well, for us, once the building department is satisfied, once they've done their inspections and they give their green light, we do one inspection here. One of our compliance inspectors will go out and make sure the plans either match what was approved or the plans are compliant. If there's little nuances that are different, that's fine, as long as it matches what is compliant in the regulations. And then once our certificate is issued after that inspection, you're all set.
Okay.
So I think if
I have a question
Sure.
on this residence.
sure,
They're gonna reside there? What is the story with that?
they do reside there. They reside there, I think half the year is the estimate, usually like 6 months or so you guys are there.
Right.
6 months and 1 day, is that the?
Well, there is no standard at the moment, or you just have to reside there. I hold the policy that if you're there for 6 months, you reside there. That's how I look at it. That's my personal, there, if you look in our zoning regulations,
No, I know, I
that's
just,
not
I
there.
just go by Florida, which says 6 months and
Yeah,
1 day.
fair enough.
To get the tax break.
Fair enough.
How much of the year do you reside there?
Well, my wife and I have an RV. We travel quite a bit in the wintertime. We visit our kids in Southern California, and we spend most of our time back in Norwalk. That's all.
More kids and grandchildren in Norwalk.
Right.
Good,
We're both-
okay. All right, so
So I think it would be fair, I think we just have the only brief discussion we would have is. If the carpenter's coming in the wintertime, say December-ish, somewhere around there. We have an option, we can go to the December 17th hearing, or we can say, well, we can maybe schedule something in January.
well,
To
it
see if
says
it's
having in
finished.
December, and they're gonna come back and say, well, we still don't have it until January, so wait.
Yeah, so we don't have a January date yet, obviously, because we're not, I mean, we're good planners, but we're not that good.
Violation, well, let's pick a date so we don't have to.
We can do
spend
that,
Money on funding.
we can do that.
Violation continues. Substantial progress. And you're spending enough money getting this done, so I'm not gonna give you a fine at this time. I'd rather see your money go to fixing the problem. Although it cuts into Mr. Hidaki's bonus.
Bonus.
No fine this time. So we're gonna continue to January. We're gonna pick a date, don't go away, we got find a January date.
At the festival, January 13th.
2026.
Can't do it then.
Yeah, we can.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
January 14th,
I cannot do the 14th.
January 21st.
That I can do.
All right, we're gonna continue this for January 21st.
Oh. January 21st, sounds like a date.
To January 21, 2026.
Yeah,
This is your notice, right? They still here?
they are.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I just, yep, they're here, sorry.
If that's your notice, you're not getting any other notice.
Very good, thank
So
you.
write this down.
Yeah, January 21st, and we'll get you back in here and we'll get an update then.
Thank
Very
you.
good, thank you.
Sure. And enjoy the travels.
Will do.
All right. Take care. If you guys need anything, you know where to find me.
Thank you.
Bye now.
All right, take care. Yep. And I think there, Counselor, I only have, so there's, I think. Let me just make sure here. Jeff, are you here for any particular matter or no? Oops, going twice. Gone. Sometimes folks just watch for the entertainment value.
Yeah, we have a fan.
Do you?
Oh, yeah, they watch.
I like them
They're
first.
very enamored of
Very
John.
No, it's not, no, that's definitely not why.
I've got to leave you guys at 5 o'clock.
Oh, geez, it is 5. We only
Oh,
got,
geez.
one more and it's a good one.
Which one?
218 Flax Hill.
That's the one we're doing now?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a nice bit.
that's a good one. We don't hear numbers this big that often.
Okay.
Don't hear numbers. And I mean, unfortunately not for a fine, but for use in general. Don't hear it so often.
Okay, so one, two.
Here,
What about Rainbow Road?
Yeah,
so Rainbow Road, that one is actually 2 reasons we're gonna kick that to October. One is they actually pulled their permits. So that's a good thing. And 2, apparently I thought they had oral notice and they did not. So I had to send a notice. I did send, I screwed up, yes. So, in a
By
rare,
the way, you screwed up.
in a rare change of pace, yes, I screwed up.
First comment.
It's the first time for everything. So,
Okay, so we'll meet you at
Incoming.
cocktail and we'll get a cocktail.
ooh,
Okay,
we get this here, share screen.
this goes here. Okay, let's see what I got.
It is a new matter,
Oh, okay.
but could be quick.
There's nobody here?
Nobody's here on it.
Okay,
There's probably good reason.
there's 2 additional units of legally non-conforming home without authorization to expand a non-conforming. Okay,
Here, I'll do a quick,
let me see your notice.
oh, they're in there, in
Okay,
the, your packet.
boy, this is old. Look at this.
Ah,
Council
tried.
Service, all right. Okay, I see notice. We'll find notice.
and there's, no, 218. So this is the property.
Oh, it's nice.
So a very brief description of the history. This was actually one of the original Bloom Brothers houses. So what he had was, this was originally basically a tenement rooming house.
It's in Low Street.
It's the corner of,
Low and.
yeah, just Google's
Oh,
calling it.
okay.
This was originally a tenement house for the oystermen on his 2 boats back in the 1800s.
Cool.
So that's why, I mean, this was originally the house on the hill. That's really what it was. So basically,
Who's Jeff? I see a Jeff there.
I think he's just an interested bystander. He doesn't, I asked him if he needed any specific, matter and didn't
Okay,
respond.
just.
As participant, not for this, stay observer. No. So we got this initially last year from the fire marshal. Fire marshal was working with the owner to remedy. They found units 9 and 10. This is a legally non-conforming 8-family house. But they found 2 lower level units And the fire marshal was working with the owner to get the tenants out of there. And then initially last year, the owner was agreeable to removing the units. Somewhere along the line, he changed his tone. So the fire marshal referred it to me, because we both were aware of the property, and I've also had dealings with, not just the owner, but his counsel. So trying to, let's say, trying to head this off at the pass.
Who's the council?
At the time was Casey O'Donnell.
And now there's no council?
Now there is counsel. I'll give you the name, Attorney Gene Kimmel.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So, and there's a reason I'm continuing this even with that knowledge. So basically, they have retained Attorney Kimmel. And they asked for a continuance so that I can work with Attorney Kimmel administratively.
Okay.
The problem lies, I was agreeable to that because it's Attorney Kimmel is actually the citation hearing officer for Blight.
Okay.
So there is potential, and he also works for Beecham and Moses.
Mhm.
So there's potential conflict of interest. However, Attorney Kimmel and the property owner said that they would like to try and remedy this outside the hearings. But if that cannot happen, Attorney Kimmel's okay with approaching the hearing. And if you guys can agree that's not a conflict of interest, he'd be willing to continue if it gets to this point.
We'll worry about that when we get
there, right? So I'm asking for the continuance to allow to work with not just Attorney Kimmel, but also with the property owner's daughter. The property owner now is not just another year older, he has a few health problems. I do have the email from the daughter in the packet there. And so she and Attorney Kimmel want to work with me to get the resolution, to the best resolution. There's really only two, but well,
Oh, that's, okay, so let's do that. I'm gonna write it. It's first time down.
it is first time, correct? Yeah, we just got this in July, yeah, late, very late
Violation
July.
found. No fine at this time.
And so how many years?
Continued to allow
8 minutes.
Is that big?
communication outside of hearing.
It's 3 stories and then they have the other side, they put the other 2. It's a big property, so let me see.
Replacement.
Let's see if we can get this here.
Council,
Oh, absolutely, let me,
attorney,
You
Gene
can't tell from the street.
Kimmel.
oh, but I have,
All right, when should we continue it to?
I put it as a suggestion in there December. Because like I said, there's 2 paths. If Attorney Kimmel and the family choose path B, it's gonna be a little bit. If they choose path A, it could be very good. They can probably have permits to resolve this within 60 days.
So have them come back and
They-
tell us which path to take.
I think have them come back on the 12th of November. That's not quite 2 months, but we should have a decision by then.
11, 12, 25, and we need notice.
Indeed. And just so, I was doing this real quick here. Just to give folks a perspective of there we go.
That's huge.
It is a large house.
Yeah,
And it's a very big house there. So the first floor, I believe, has 3 units, second has 3 units. The upper level has 2, so that's your 8. And then back here, the property about right here dives off. And you can see the walkway here. That's the entrance to the 2. In the
And they
back
have
there.
equal parking for it.
Well, they do and they don't because it's gotta meet setbacks. And like I said, about right here, Gosh, they would have to do some substantial work to do that. Let's go, let's get back to the old Zoom here. Okay, so that is it. We are,
Wow, we are
Done for the day. 5 o'clock.
Well, we
Look at that.
started late too.
And we did start, we did.
Hearing officer.
So, next set of hearings, for me will be October 29th. My colleague Ian has hearings next week and on October 22nd.
When is mine next year?
29th.
All right, that's all.
I saw that for the people.
Oh,
For the people here, for the people here when they watch this, yes. So, so
okay,
until
I guess
then,
They wanna come and see you again.
and if that's their loss. So we are all set. Take care and have a good evening, everyone.
Okay, thank you, everyone.